Hey, True Believers, Englentine here with another batch of new comic book reviews. Holy Toledo, can you believe it? Oh my gosh. I know, right? Seriously, we have new comic books, not only right now, but coming up. So tomorrow, as of this recording, we're going to be picking up the new stuff. So anyway, as usual, I do an independent, a Marvel, and a DC. You can see right here what they are. So let's just kick back, relax, and let's get this party started. Okay, so first up, we're going to talk about Justice League number 44. Man, I've been looking forward to this. So I'm a huge Venditti fan. That is not a surprise for me to say. You've heard it before, especially with his work on Man with Mason Wings. Can't say the name because I tend to curse good titles. Every time I start saying, hey, you should read this, you should read that, they change the creative team to somebody who is Brian Michael Bendis on Super Sons. So anyway, I gotta tell you, looking forward to the second series. I loved the first, where with the invasion of the Daxamites here. Okay, so not every hit is gonna be a home run. This is a ground rule double, though. Okay, I gotta tell you, it was good. It just so we have the Super Friends basically fighting mythological creatures. And they're all like, hey, that was weird. What should we do next? I don't know. Let's get Wonder Woman. Now, I did like this scene here where Flash and Batman, the two grounded heroes, are riding the ship down as it's crashing because it got hit midair. It was caught by Wonder Woman, but it kind of shows off a little bit of helplessness, and that was a little bit strange, tell you the truth. This is one of those things, obviously, if you're in an airplane, you would think Batman would be prepared. Okay, yeah, we're going to go down. Let's ditch the whole thing, and we'll be on our way. But that's neither here nor there. That just got them to where they needed to go. This really plays like a, hey, you remember this mythological creature, you remember that mythological creature, we're going to go fight. I wish I could say more about this, because I got to tell you, of all the books, especially that I'm reviewing right here in this video, this was the one I was looking forward to the most. So even though I liked it, this seems to be the one that's the most disappointing. And that's kind of sad. Robert Venditti on Justice League has so far been batting 1,000. Like I said, it's not a strikeout. It's not even a pop fly to center field caught by the fielder out there. This was a good ground rule double. Yeah, sports metaphors, ladies and gentlemen. The Straw King, number 1. I haven't. No, okay, let's try that again. Take 2. The Straw King. So I had no idea about what this comic book was about. Man, this is when a more professional video YouTuber would be just backing everything up and re-recording. Holy Toledo. Anyway, so I started reading this book, and it's about this brother and sister. They're daughters of and son of a pharaoh. Not the, but they are from Egypt, and they're like the 12th daughter, the 12th son, so they know that their lives are going to be meaningless and they're going to be subjugated to their older siblings. And they don't want that, so they decide they're going to run away, try to find a real life and build a real life for themselves. And instead, they get captured and sold into slavery. This is one of the weak parts of the story, because the build-up is actually pretty good. You get to know these two right away from a conversation they're having on the roof, and I like the fact that they let us know who they were before everything started. It really does help, because then when everything gets going, you want them to succeed. There's a problem, though. There's a shift between this page and the page that follows right here, where all of a sudden they're on a slave ship and they talk about all these freaking things that happened to them. And I'm going, guys, you're just telling me that this series needed to be 1, maybe 2 issues bigger or longer. And this is a 65-page book. Or something like that. Anyway, and all this stuff, and you just go, oh, they're slaves now. Wait a second, what? I do feel like there's a huge chapter of this story that's missing, and the thing is I would love to see it. this book is very well written. It's entertaining. It's exciting. You get a feeling for what it was like back then, obviously, you know, written by someone. You don't really get a feeling for it, I'm sure. But the point being is it puts you there. You care about the characters. You care about the environments. You care about the politics. There are some politics in this book, and it actually is intriguing. I got to tell you, I am looking forward to issue number 2. Ghost Spider. So over on Old Man Comics Extreme Movie Show, a friend, Real Dr. Venkman, he reads this. He loves this. This is actually the first. I think I might have read the first issue. I don't quite remember if I did or not. So anyway, I picked this up, and I'm thinking, okay, Venkman likes it. Why don't I check this out? And yeah, you know what? Venkman likes it. So it starts off, and it's basically millennial stuff. And she's at one point she's like looking at her shirt, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm looking ratty." No, it's torn in all the right places. You're not. And then she goes, "Oh, I need to put on something else." And apparently it's a costume. No, it's a symbiote that forms over to show her less ratty clothes, which I'm thinking, why would you make the symbiote do what you were wearing in the first place? It just didn't make sense. Then she's getting into an argument with her father or grandfather here about being a hero and about how the fact she shouldn't put herself in danger. And this page right here is just one long, "Old man, you have no idea how life works," even though in order to get that old, you kind of learn some stuff along the way. I love these things. And granted, I know I'm more sensitive to them the older I get, but I'm sorry. But the millennial teaching the old person on how life really is, get out of town. This really does remind you of her age all throughout. Oh, I need to make an account for this. That's the thought process in the dialogue as she's swinging around. I need to make an account for this this Tinder for superheroes, because this brother and sister team of super powered people want to team up with me. It's Sue and Johnny Storm. I did not know this, so that's what makes me think I didn't read the first issue, is this is not exactly the universe that we're used to. Obviously, she's in a different one, but in this one, Matt Murdock's a villain, and apparently so are Sue Storm and Johnny Storm. So that was something that was kind of surprising. Unfortunately, they did it wrong. If I were them, if it were up to me, the way I would have written it, I wouldn't have shown that, oh, we're gonna burn our parents, and yeah, that's in there. I would have had it be a reveal. Let it go on. Let them be heroes, and with little subtle hints to their villainy, rather than just boom, there you go. It's all out in the open now, which is how they did it. Overall, I don't know. I would C+ this one. You know what? I gotta say, I didn't. It would be a C, right down the middle. It wasn't horrible. It just wasn't my cup of tea. On the Stump, number 1. So this is a book from before the shutdown and all that kind of stuff, but I never did review it, so I figure, what the hell, let's get it out there. You remember, written by Chuck Brown, art by Prince. I love it when they give the credits this big. I can actually read them during the review. Anyway, so much like what I said about the Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider, I'm going to say about this, except for the millennial parts. Here we have a world that kind of kept the old style stump politics, where basically if there's a bill and it's up for a vote, the opposing and the people who are for the bill fight. They literally beat the snot out of each other, and the winner is right, and the bill passes. If the person who opposes the bill wins, the bill doesn't pass, and that's how it is. You got a senator, he's in a ring, and he's just beating the teetotal hell out of each other. At one point, even there's a political assassination, and it just looks like the guy died of his injuries and such like that. Look, there are things here. The writing's not bad. It's not horrible. They do go into a lot of world building, and it sets up everything, so it's got potential. But to me, This was very much a one-note pony. There are no differences between the good guys or the bad guys, and that may be the point, but it just gave you nobody to root for, and in the end, it's just a bunch of ugly people doing a bunch of ugly things, and yeah, I'm not really into books like that. So, wow, you know what? I was not sure, because sometimes I make up the reviews on the spot, and I just say what's on my mind. I did not know The Straw King would end up being my favorite book of the week. Over Venditti's Justice League? Holy Toledo. Which, mind you, there were no really bad books this time. It's just some things I gravitated towards a little more than others. So yeah, this is the lineup. I always put at the end the lineup from how I feel what was the best and what was the worst. And I got to tell you, this week, The Straw King may be something, if you're looking for something a little bit different, go find it. A good independent comic. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, click on one of the ones that are popping up around you here. If you don't mind helping out the channel, go on over to Patreon, to Ko-Fi, or even to I Love Comics for the members only. Drop $1 in the till. Helps keep the lights on. Help us keep making videos for you. Thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.